Swami Vishwananda. Om Namo Bhagavate Swami Sri Vishwananda Swami Vishwananda. Om Namo Bhagavate Swami Sri Vishwananda Swami Vishwananda. Om Namo Bhagavate Swami Sri Vishwananda Swami Vishwananda. Narayana Karupatu Bhagavanaka Svarupatu. Narayana Karupatu Bhagavanaka Svarupatu. Om Namo Bhagavate Swami Sri Vishwananda Swami Vishwananda. 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 Terhare Nama Pyarama Sabhe Jule Prabhu. Tere Hare Nama Samsari Jule Prabhu. Terhare Nama Pyarama Sabhe Jule Prabhu. Tere Hare Nama Samsari Jule Prabhu. Om Namo Bhagavate Swami Vishwananda Swami Vishwananda. Om Namo Bhagavate Swami Vishwananda Swami Vishwananda. Om Namo Bhagavate Swami Sri Vishwananda Swami Vishwananda. Om Namo Bhagavate Swami Sri Vishwananda Swami Vishwananda. Tu hi hai hamari dua, tu hi hai hamari manzil, tu hi hai hamari dua, tu hi hai hamari manzil, tu hi hai hamari dua, tu hi hai hamari manzil, tu hi hai hamari dua, tu hi hai hamari manzil. Om Namo Bhagavate Swami Sri Vishwananda Swami Vishwananda. 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 Bhagavate Swami Sri Vishwananda Swami Vishwananda. Om Namo Bhagavate Om Kushalaya Namaha, Om Shamaya Namaha, Om Satyadharmaya Namaha, Om Nirvikalpaya Namaha, Om Viraktaya Namaha, Om Atindraya Namaha, Om Satyasandaya Namaha, Om Pavitraya Namaha, Om Madhurasvabhavaya Namaha, Om Suranandaya Namaha, Om Nandanaya Namaha, Om Prasanatmane Namaha, Om Bhaktanilaye Namaha, Om Sakshaye Namaha, Om Samatmaye Namaha, Om Sarayogine Namaha, Om Haraye Namaha, Om Sutapaya Namaha, Om Samyaya Namaha, Om Gulyaya Namaha, Om Vimuktatmaya Namaha, Om Gabiraya Namaha, Om Guptaya Namaha, Om Atmaramaya Namaha, Om Srinivasaya Namaha, Om Devaya Namaha, Om Jyotidharaya Namaha, Om Danyaya Namaha, Om Gurave Namaha, Om Guratikramaya Namaha, Om Gahanaya Namaha, Om Bhagavate Namaha, Om Harisharana Margadashakaya Namaha, Om Kutasya Jagattakaya Namaha, Om Aviprayaya Namaha, Om Sarvamata Samadhyaya Namaha, Om Shamayakata Bhavavartakaya Namaha, Om Premavatar Sri Vishwananda Swami Namaha. Deva Havantu no Yato Vishnu Vishakrame Pritivya Sapta Ramavihi Enam Vishnu Vishakrame Predani Rade Padam Samudamasya Padum Sure Trini Pada Vishakrame Vishnu Gopa Adavyaha Tato Dharmani Bharyane Vishnu Karmani Pashyata Yato Vratani Paspase Indrasya Vijasaka Tat Vishnu Paramam Paragum Sada Pashanti Surya Divi Vashakshuratatam Tat Vipraso Vipanyavo Jagravarum Sasamitate Vishnu Yat Paramam Param. Vishwananda Prachodayat. Om Premavattaraya Vimmahe Sadgurudevaya Dhimai Tano Vishwananda Prachodayat. Om Premavattaraya Vimmahe Sadgurudevaya Dhimai Tano Vishwananda Prachodayat. Govinda. Nirvignam Kuru Me Deva Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada. Om Bhurvasvaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimai Yo Yo Na Prachodayat. Om Bhurvasvaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimai Yo Yo Na Prachodayat. Om Bhurvasvaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimai Yo Yo Na Prachodayat.
Shri Krishna Madhusudana Ketavare Narayana Shuddha Vikrama Chakrapane Devyadi Satyatara Sridhara Vasudeva Gopala Krishna Haraye Tava Supravatam Shri Rukminisha Bhavanasa Hare Murare Radesha Gopisha Surupa Ramani Vandya Shri Dvarakashaya Vaikuntha Pade Bhuvaneka Murte Gopala Deva Haraye Tava Supravatam Ninakrute Kamatarupa Varaha Murte Tri Vikramaya Gurare Brahma Nama Shri Rama Krishna Yadunandana Kalki Rupa Gopala Krishna Haraye Tava Supravatam Govinda Madhava Mukunda Paratparesha Damodara Jadarananda Kadari Shori Gopa Gopi Jana Samprita Dina Bando Gopi Jana Priya Hare Tava Supravatam Shirajishai Bhujagani Patalpashai Sadbhaktarit Sanadashai Ramankashai Shri Gopa Vama Mridutapa Sukadishai Gopa Vallabha Hare Tava Supravatam Shri Kashyapatri Sukanarada Gotamadi Brahmashi Sangamani Sangava Bharadesho Ishtanti Devatava Darshana Bhagya Heto Gopala Shekara Hare Tava Supravatam Mandala Jari Tulasi Dalamani Kavyahe Maryani Anjali Pute Samuraharanti Ishtanti Tatpavata Tale Munindraha Radha Manohara Hare Tava Supravatam Vedatrayam Pratati Gotamakaya Guyaha Kayanti Satguna Gano Varadasa Vargaha Sankirtayanti Navanama Kada Visheshaha Shri Naradani Rasaya Tava Supravatam Govardhanodana Gopa Kishora Gopa Gopi Janamrita Suresha Mabhadi Pota Shri Lokya Mohana Sumangala Divya Deha Shri Rukminisha Varada Tava Supravatam Shri Vatsachina Sharanagata Parijata Bhaktarti Vandana Gavakaradina Bando Nityanta Gayati Janapriya Divya Rupa Shri Nanda Gopatanaya Tava Supravatam Padmaksha Padma Mukha Padma Dara Prameya Padmalaya Sarila Padma Nivasha Shori Padmo Bhavati Surasevita Pada Padma Padmadinata Haraye Tava Supravatam Vrindavale Viharanaya Mahindra Vandya Kandarpadharpa Aratiya Sudesha Rupa Changananaya Sita Chandana Nitya Deha Govinda Yadava Hare Tava Supravatam Shri Nanda Nandana Yashoda Kumara Diya Ayanga Dina Zapishona Supushpahara Nilam Mudasi Sarira Rama Vihara Gopala Deva Haraye Tava Supravatam Shri Vaisyan Bhavati Satya Sukanti Padra Shri Mitra Vinda Divasa Prabhu Putrikadyahe Tishtanti Devya Bhavame Tava Sevanardam Gopi Mana Priya Hare Tava Supravatam Shri Krishna Achyuta Ananta Mukunda Shori Radha Manohara Janardana Chakrapane Namani Divya Munayurna Visham Vadanti Brahmi Muhurta Samaye Tava Suprabhatam Shri Krishna Suprabhatam Nirpatanti Radhisham Puri Kritam Mapapapa Shri Krishna Grahe Tukam.
Parama Krishna Sachidananda Vigraha Anadiradi Govinda Sarvakarana Karana Govinda Mani Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govinda Mani Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Mani Prakara Satma Sukalpa Viksha Laksha Bhuteshu Suravira Vipalayanta Lakshmi Sahasra Sata Sambrama Sevyamana Govinda Madi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govinda Madi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Venum Pavantam Aravinda Dalaya Taksham Bhagavatam Samanitam Buddha Sundaranga Tandarpakoti Kamaniya Vishesha Shoma Govinda Madi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govinda Madi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Alola Chandra Kalasambana Madhya Vamsi Radha Kadam Pranaya Keli Kalam Vidasham Shayanti Vangalalitam Viyata Prakasham Govinda Madi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govinda Madi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Angani Asya Sakalindriya Vintimanti Vashanti Panti Kalayanti Shiram Jaganti Ananda Chinmaya Sadujjala Vigrahasya Govinda Madi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govinda Madi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Advaita Achyuta Manani Mananta Rupa Adhyam Purana Purusham Navayovanam Cha Vedeshu Durlavana Durlavanatma Bhakto Govinda Madi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govinda Madi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Pantastu Koti Satavansara Sampragamyo Vayodatapi Manaso Munikundamana Sopyasti Yatra Parasindhya Vachintya Tadve Govinda Mani Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govinda Mani Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Ekopya Swarvajayitum Jagadanta Koti Yachakti Jagadanta Jayantarantaha Antantarasta Paramanutayantarasta Govinda Madi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govinda Madi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Yadbhavavamritadiyo Manujastateva Samprapya Rupa Marimasanayana Bhusha Sukkeyameva Nigama Pratite Stumanti Govinda Madi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govinda Madi
Surya eva nijarupataya kalavihi Goloka eva nivasatya kilatmamudo Govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami Govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami Premanjana churita bhakti vidochanena Samta sadeva hiraleshu vilokayanti Yashama sundaram achintya gunasvarupam Govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami Govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami Ramadi murti shukalati yamena tisa Nana vatara makaroti vaneshu kintu Krishna swayam samavavata lamam punayo Govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami Govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami Yasya prabha prabhavato jagadanta koti Kotishvashesha vasudhani vibhuti vina Tad brahma nishkalam anantam ashesha bhutam Govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami Govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami Maya hiyasya jagadanta satani sute Pregunyatat visaya vela vitaya mana Sarva valam viprasatma visura sarva Govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami Govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami Ananda chinmaya rasatmataya manashu Ya praninam pratipalam svaratam nupedya Lila nitena bhuvanani dayaya drashram Govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami Govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami Golokalami nijatanmi tale chatasya Devi Mahesha Haridama Suteshu Teshu Tete Prabhava Nichayami Hidasayena Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Shishti Sthiti Pralaya Sadhana Shakti Rekha Tayeva Yasya Bhuvanani Vikarti Loka Ichhanurupana Priyasya Chacheshta Tesa Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Shiryam Datima Sadhukara Vishesha Yoga Sanjayatena hitata praprasti heto Yasambhutam apitata savapaiti karya Govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami Govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami Sribharshireva nivashantaramam vipedya Dipayate vrigitahetu samana dharma Yastatmeva jisha vishnu kayami vahri Govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami Govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami Yakadanam manamyaneva yatisma yoga Nidram ananta jagadanta saroma kupaham Adharashakiravalam yaparam samurti Govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami Govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami Yasveshadishvasitakala matavalamya Jivanti loma vidaya jagadantananta Dishna
Vishnurmahansaya Yasya Kala Vishesho Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Vasvam Janasma Sakalesha Vijesha Tesha Viyam Viyam Pragatayat Vigatantvarana Brahmaya Esha Jagadanda Vidanta Karta Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Yadvadapalvayukam Vinaya Kumbha Vande Pranama Samaye Sakadam Vidarjaha Divyam Vihantu Malamasya Jagatprayasya Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Agni Mari Gaganam Kumaro Visarcha Kanastata Mamadasitya Jagatprayani Rasmam Bhavanti Bhavanti Visham Jajamcha Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Yachaksuresa Savita Sakala Grahana Raja Samasta Suramurti Rashesha Tejaha Yasyantayam Ramati Samkritakala Chandro Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Dharmota Papanchaya Shutanyasta Pansi Brahmadi Gita Patakam Patajam Shadivaha Radantara Prajrama Prapata Prabhava Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Yasindra Gopanata Vendra Mahosa Karma Vandana Rupa Palavaja Manata Noti Karmani Nirahati Kintu Sabhakti Vaja Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Yakroda Kama Sahaja Pradayani Viti Vatsalya Moha Nurugora Vasevya Bhavahi Sanchitya Tasya Sadashikta Nunapurete Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Ishvara Parama Krishna Sachidananda Vigraha Anadiradir Govinda Sarvakarana Karana Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami.
Vedo Mahavaha Tamavaha Jata Vedo Lakshmi Manapagamini Yasyam Miranyam Vindeyam Kamashvam Purushanaham Ashvapurvam Ratamadhyam Astinara Prabodhini Shriyam Devi Mupappaye Shrirmadevi Drushatam Kasosmidam Hiranya Prakara Martam Jalanti Traita Tarpayanti Padme Stitam Padmavarnam Tavyo Pappaye Shriyam
चन्द्रां प्रभासां यशसा ज्वलन्ति श्रियं लोके देवजुष्टामुदारां तां पद्मिनीं शरणमहं प्रपद्ये लक्ष्मीर्नेहस्य तां गृहे आदित्यवर्णे तपसोऽधिजातो वनस्पतिस्तव वृक्षोऽथ बिल्वः तस्य पराणि तपसा नुदन्तु मायान्तराय श्रवाय अलक्ष्मीः उपेतु मां देवसखा कीर्तिश्रमणिना सह प्रदुर्भूतोऽस्मि राष्ट्रेऽस्मिन् कृत्यमृत्यं ददातु मे क्षुत्पिपासामलां ज्येष्ठामलक्ष्मीं नाशयाम्यहम् अभूतिमसमृद्धिं च सर्वान् निर्नुद मे गृहात् गन्धद्वारा दुरादर्शां नित्यपुष्टां करिष्यिनीम् ईश्वरीगुं सर्वभूतानां काव्योपवये श्रयम् मनसः काममाकूतिं वाचः सख्यमशीमहि पशूनां रूपमानस्य महिषी शयतां यशः कर्दमेन प्रजा भूता मयि सम्भव कर्दमा श्रियं वासय मे कुले मातरं पद्ममालिनी आपसृजन्तु स्निग्धानि चिक्लीतपस मे गृहे निज देवी मातरं श्रियं वासय मे कुले भद्रां पुष्करिणी पुष्टिं सुवर्णा हेममालिनी सूर्यां हिरण्मयी लक्ष्मी जातवेदो महामहा भद्रां यज्ञिनी यश्चिं पिङ्गला पद्ममालिनी चन्द्रां हिरण्मयी लक्ष्मी जातवेदो महामहा महामह जातवेदो लक्ष्मीमनपगामिनी यस्यां हिरण्यं प्रभूतं गावो दास्योऽश्वालिन्देयं पुरुषानः यशुचि प्रयतो भूत्वा जूयादायमन्वहम् सूक्तं पञ्चदशर्चं च श्रीकामः सततं जपे पद्मप्रिये पद्मिनि पद्महस्ते पद्मालये पद्मदलाय दक्षे विश्वप्रिये विष्णुमनोनुकूले तत्पादपद्मं मयि सन्निधस्त्वा महादेवी च विद्महे विष्णुपत्नी च धीमहि तन्नो लक्ष्मी प्रचोदयात्। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। भूमिर्भुवनाद्यो वनिनन्तरिक्षं महित्वा उपस्थिते देव्यतिथे निर्मन्नादमन्नाद्यायाददे आयङ्गो वृष्टिरक्रमीदशनन्मातरं पुनः पितरं च प्रयन्सुवः त्रिगुंशद्दामविराजति पतङ्गाय शिश्रये हृद्यस्य वः युविः अस्य प्राणादपानद्यन्तश्चरतिरोचना व्यक्यन्महिषः सुवः यद्वा कृतः परोपमन्युना यदवत्य सुकल्पमग्ने तत्तमपुनस्तोदीपयामसि यद्वे मन्युपरोक्तस्य पृथिवीमनुरध्वसे आदित्या विश्वे तद्देवा वसवश्च समावरन् मधु ज्योतिर्जुषम् अग्न्यं वेच्छिन्नं यज्ञगुंसमिमं ददातु बृहस्पतिस्तनुतामिमं नो विश्वे देवा ह्यमादयन्ताम् मेदिनी देवी वसुन्धरा स्यार्वसुधा देवी वासवी ब्रह्मवर्चसा पितृनागुं श्रोत्रं चक्षुर्मनः देवी हिरण्यगर्भिणी देवी प्रसूमरी सदने सत्यायने सीदा समुद्रवती सावित्री अनो देवी मायङ्गी महोदरणी महोव्यतिष्ठा शृङ्गे शृङ्गे यज्ञे यज्ञे विभीषणी इन्द्रपत्नी व्यापिनी सुरसरिदिहा वायुमती जलशयनी श्रयं दाराजा सत्यन्तो परिमेदिनी शोपरिददं परिगाय विष्णुपत्नी मही देवी माधवी माधवप्रिया लक्ष्मी प्रियसखी देवी नमाम्यच्युतवल्लभा गणोदराय विद्महे सर्वसंज्ञै च धीमहि तन्नो धरः प्रचोदयात् ॐ शान्ति 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 नीलां देवीं शरणमहं प्रपद्ये गृह्णाहि घृतवती सवितराधिपद्ये पयस्वतीरन्तिराशानो हस्तो कृपादिशां विष्णुपत्न्यघोरा शेषानः सहसो यामधूताः बृहस्पतिर्मातरिष्भूतमायुः सन्दुवाना माता अभिनो गृह्णन्तु विष्णम्भो दिवो तरुणा पृथिव्या अशेषानः जगतो विष्णुपत्नी महादेवे च विद्महे विष्णुपत्न्यै च धीमहि तन्नो नीला प्रचोदयात् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरि ओम्
अज्ञानातिमिरन्दस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः. Jigurdaya, good morning everybody. So this morning we have a verse from Canto 11, from Canto 11, chapter 2, verse 45. And just to give a bit of context in this chapter, it is the 9 Yugendras, so the great liberated souls, the sons of Rishabhadev, explaining about the different spiritual topics to a king called Nimi. And in this verse, one of them called Havir speaks about the characteristics of the different levels of devotees, so the adhikaris, and it goes like this. Shri Haviru Vacha Sarva Bhuteshu Yah Prashit Bhagavad Bhavam Atmanaha Bhutani Bhagavat Atman Esha Bhagavato Maha. So Shri Havir said, the most advanced devotee sees within everything the soul of all souls, the supreme personality of Godhead, Shri Krishna. Consequently, he sees everything in relation to the Supreme Lord and understands that everything that exists is eternally situated within the Lord. Now, the last part that he says, that one sees everything in relation to the Supreme Lord. So I would just like to give some perspective on where we are focused on. Specifically, are we focused on the past? Are we focused on the future? Or are we actually living in this moment right now? Because this moment right now, the present moment, it's actually the only moment we have. It's also the only moment that we can actually change something. And I can see myself a lot of the times either going into the future of thinking the what if, of what will be, expecting and predicting, or going into the past and thinking of the things that I have done, or I have said, or I should have done, or I should have said. but I'm rarely really present in this moment right now. And Guruji said that there are two poisons that exist. So one is the regret of the past, and the other one is the expectation of the future. Because and he then asked, when would you then actually live? Because Bhagavan, you can meet only right now, in this moment. You can only change yourself right now. And so if we look at the past, for the past, we especially remember the bad things, not so much the good things. It's a bit harder to be grateful, but the bad things, they come quite naturally to us. And so a lot of the times, we play them like an old record, like a broken record, although we know that this doesn't really help us. And Guruji actually used an analogy of holding up a glass. And so he held up a glass, or let's say a bottle, and he held it up in his arm, and he was saying, okay, if I'm going to be holding this, if I'm going to be holding it for a minute, my arm is going to start hurting. I'm going to hold it for 2 minutes, I'm going to hold it for an hour, my arm is really going to start hurting. And so he was saying, if you hold it for a day, your arm is going to get numb, and you're going to get a cramp. And so the glass or the bottle is just going to start getting heavier and heavier. Now, it's not actually the glass or the bottle that is getting heavier. It is us holding upon it that determines how heavy it's going to get. So the longer that we hold upon something, the more it's going to start hurting us. The heavier it's going to get. Because we keep on playing the same recording and we can never really move forward, we never really let go of it, and so it then just gets harder. We get attached to it. We start attaching ourselves to the thoughts or whatever it is, and so then it's even harder to let go of it. And he said, sometimes you just need to say, enough is enough, let go and move forward. Then with the future, a lot of the times we're either too focused on the results, so not being focused on the actual journey. Now, of course, it's good to have a goal and to be moving forward towards that goal. But sometimes it's also just good to remind ourselves of where we currently are. And I see this also with myself. I'm so focused on what I'm doing and where this is supposed to get me that a lot of the times I'm just not present, and I cannot really enjoy this moment, even if I'm doing something that I'm actually enjoying. For example, reading things, even preparing for a satsang or anything. I really enjoy actually reading and thinking about things, discussing things, but I'm so focused on what it should be at the end result, that I actually forget to be in that moment and to be grateful also for that moment, to actually enjoy and be fully in that moment. So not only that we're focused on the results, but we also like to have the feeling that we actually know what will happen. If you maybe notice, we really are not comfortable with not knowing. We really want to be, in a sense, sure. That gives us a certain sense of security. We get very uneasy when we don't know what things are. And we can see this with the allure that fortune tellers, for example, have. They can tell us what will happen, they will tell us our future, and they give us the sense of security. Or even a trivial example of fortune cookies, right? It's just a cookie, some sugar with flour, and it has a message in it. But still, if you get it, you feel like, oh, this is going to tell my future. Like, you get a bit more secure about it, in a sense. And so we like to predict and we like to expect, because we don't like this uncertainty. We don't like it when we're not sure of what is going to happen. But actually, we can really never be sure. When did we ever have a feeling of, yes, I am now certain this will happen, nothing else can happen? This is, as if we're God. And we also make expectations, so we become also fixated on what should be happening, and then inevitably we will also get frustrated because it can never happen as we imagine it to be. And we, in that sense, we also tell God how to run the show with our expectations, because we say, no, this is how it is supposed to happen. And so with the future, all we can really do is accept and trust that whatever will happen, it is God's will and it is the best for us. Not make expectations or predictions, but also getting comfortable with actually not knowing. Then the only moment we really have, it is the now. It is this present moment right now. And there is a saying that goes, there are only 2 days in the year when we can't do anything. They're called yesterday and tomorrow. So the only day we really have is today. And we're often reminded to focus on the now. For example, when we speak about achieving Vaikuntha, what Guruji very often says, it's don't think that this is something so far away. If you want to achieve to Vaikuntha, you want to achieve to God, it is actually in this moment right now. You should work on being in that state now. Don't think that after, when that moment for you to go comes, that then you will achieve to that state. If you don't achieve it to it right now, don't think that you will be able to achieve it afterwards. So for me, this is always a bit of a wake-up call, because I always see it as something being that is so far away of, yes, we're striving to get there, but it's there, right? It's somewhere, it's not like tomorrow or even today or even this week or even this year. It's somewhere there in the distance. But as also Guruji says, we never really know what will happen. We don't even know what will happen in the next 5 minutes, what even tomorrow, the next year, or many years. But still, we like to have that concept of, oh yeah, it's somewhere there in the distance. It's not that sense of urgency of doing it right now. And he said it in one of the satsangs. He said, there is no place to go. Heaven is here right now. But you should enjoy that presence of love at each moment of your life itself. Not only when you die, then you think you are going somewhere. No, make Vaikuntha here, right now. And one of the practical ways that we can be in the present moment is to also feel his presence right now, is to enjoy his presence in each moment. Now, he doesn't speak about this that often, about this enjoying God's presence, but I really remember it when he said it. I really heard it at that moment. I didn't just listen, I really heard it. And it was in Vitaldam. It was during the COVID times, when it was quite difficult to just travel, to also come to Germany. There were a lot of regulations. And Guruji was here for the Christmas and New Year's, and he had a darshan in Vitaldam. So we still decided, a couple of us devotees, to risk it and to go from Slovenia to Germany, and somehow we managed. We came to the darshan, it was very nice. And then it was time to leave, because it was also, we literally just came for the darshan and then right back. So we had to drive in the night, and we said, okay, after the darshan finishes, let's go. And so we're there, one person is already at the car, already texting, okay, we're ready to go, right? I'm waiting for you here. So I also make my way starting to get my way to the car. And then I see the other two people that are also supposed to come. And I think one was grabbing there some food and starting to eat the food. And I was thinking, okay, but aren't we like leaving? I was just like, okay, sure. And then I see the other person. I think they were changing some clothes or finding even some other devotees to change the clothes. And I was also thinking, but guys, we're like leaving now, no? But I was somehow, I kind of accepted that moment, although I'm usually quite, okay, this is the plan, we're supposed to do it now, and kind of very fixated on that. But somehow I just stayed around and then started freaking out. And so, okay, the time passes by, they are finally ready to go. And as we start walking out of the door, out of that gym hall, we go out, and in that moment, as we almost close the doors, somebody says, oh, Guruji's going to give the satsang. And so we just rush back in. We meet him also on the way. He goes, he starts giving satsang. And it was in that moment that he then said, you are doing so many things. You are preoccupied with doing so many things when we can just enjoy the presence of Bhagavan and you would receive everything. And I really, at that moment, I was just sitting there and really thinking, yes, okay, this is really the key. I'm always so fixated on doing so many things, doing this seva, doing this work, it's this deadline, just always my mind somewhere, when we should actually enjoy also his presence. And in that situation itself, God was still there. Guruji was still being there, and I was thinking of all the other things, of getting back, driving in the night, who's going to be driving, we're going to have a problem at the border with the police, etc. And so it's really, at least for myself, I see that I should always remind myself of, okay, just be here right now and enjoy this presence. And when we allow him to come in each moment, then we also remove so much of this I, and allow more of him. And Guruji was sharing a story of a great philosopher. And he said he knew many things, he was very knowledgeable, but still he had one question that he was never really satisfied with an answer that anybody gave him. And then one day, Buddha was passing by, and so the philosopher saw the Buddha and said, please, Buddha, could you answer this question of mine? But Buddha said, well, yes, I can, but there is a big price for you to pay. You can't just get everything free. So he said, the condition is, I want you to sit in my presence for 2 years quietly. And after the 2 years, if you do that, I will answer your question. The philosopher, he was a bit doubtful because he wanted the answer, of course, now. But then he said, okay, yes, I will do it. And at that moment that he said yes, a disciple of Buddha started hysterically laughing and said, oh, you fool, I was the same as you were. Now I'm also around Buddha for so long, just in silence, and all my questions have actually disappeared. So if you have a question, better to ask it now. But the philosopher said, no, I gave my word, so I will do it. And so time passes by, and he has his practice to each day for at least 2 hours sit quietly in the presence of Buddha. And actually just only after a couple of months, the inner transformation starts and his mind gets just quieter. He's able to enjoy God's presence, that actually his mind becomes silent and there are no more questions anymore. And then 2 years pass by, and on that day, Buddha asks him the question. Says, okay, so what is your question? Ask. That's why you came here, right? The philosopher didn't even say anything. He was so immersed in that bhav, in that bliss, that he had no more questions anymore. But Buddha kept on poking in him and said, come on, what's your question? What's your question? But of course, he had no more questions anymore, because actually all the answers were received on the inside, because he was so immersed in this presence of God. So enjoying this presence, it's more than just being aware or being in the state of mindfulness, because we add God to this awareness. We add God to the equation of being aware of in this present moment, but then we also add God to this. We're aware of God's presence. And so it's more than just reminding ourselves to not go into the drama of the past or the future, but we remind ourselves it is God also here, present with me right now, and I can enjoy this presence. And then he will actually reveal everything to us through that presence. And I would just like to finish with what he said in the Narada Bhakti Sutra. He said, one should not think that in ordinary life, God is not there. He is there. He is in whatever you are doing. He is with you at all times, because he's seated inside of your heart. So if we add God into this awareness, we remember him, And then, most importantly, we also enjoy his presence. Take good care.
Namaste,
Pratishthitaya Mangala Mangala Me
Saligrama Pratishthitaya Mangala Mangala Me
Nidandagarini Bodhagataya Mangala Mangala Me
Nidandagarini Bodhagataya Mangala Mangala Me
Ramanujai Ramanujai Mangala Mangala Me Ratirajai Ramanujai Mangala Mangala Me
Ramanuja Ramanuja Mangala Mangala Me Yatiraja Ramanuja Mangala Mangala Me
Gange Sankharadaya Mangala Mangala Me
Gange Sankharadaya Mangala Mangala Me
Mananathaya Dharinidaya Mangala Mangala Me
Mananataya Dharinidaya Mangala Mangala Me
Ramanujai Ramanujai Mangala Mangala Me Yatirajai Ramanujai Mangala Mangala Me
Ramanuja Ramanuja Mangala Mangala Me Yatiraja Ramanuja Mangala Mangala Me
Om Jai Lakshmi Mata Jaya Jaya Lakshmi Mata Tumako Nishadina Sevata Tumako Nishadina Sevata Ara Vishnu Vidata Om Jaya Lakshmi Mata Tumara Brahmani Tumari Jagamata Jaya Tumari Jagamata Surya Chandra Majavata Surya Chandra Majavata Ayana Rishigata Tvameva bandhushcha sakha Tvameva Tvameva vidya dravinam Tvameva Tvameva sarvam mama deva deva Tvameva sarvam mama deva deva Asatoma satgamaya Tamaso jyotirgamaya Mrityurma amritangamaya Om Shanti 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 Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu Om Shanti 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 Shri Guru Pyo Namaha Hari Om Prem se bolo Shri Lakshminarayan Bhagwan ki Prem se bolo Shri Bhutabhrteshwarnath Mandir Bhagwan ki Prem se bolo Shri Radha Krishna Kanalal ki Prem se bolo Shri Ramanujacharya ki Prem se bolo Shri Bhakti Marga ki Prem se bolo Satguru Shri Swami Vishwananda Mahaprabhu ki Shri Krishnaya Govindaya Gopi Janavanavaya Paraya Paramapurushaya Parakarma Mantraya Tantra Osadastra Shastrani Samana Samana Mrudro Mochaya Mochaya Om Namo Bhagavate Masudarshanaya Dikte Balakritaye Sarvadikshobha Hompa Parasme Parabrahmane Param Jyotishe Swaha Om Shanti 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 Shri Guru Pyo Namaha Hari Om Jai Jai Shri Radhe Jai Jai Shri Radhe Jai Jai Shri Radhe Shah Venkataramana Govinda Gopika Shivasmaranam Govinda Bhaktavatsara Govinda 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 Kundali Kalarade Eknath Namde Pandarinath Maharaj ki Samasta Bhakta Mandali ki Avare Tirumana Tivarikale Sharana